this is fun. This is amazing. He was taking off his shirt, swinging around like, yeah. So when we tour, we have like set list A and set list B. So A is like, if the venue is great, people are like, they want us, so we play A. So no covers,
nice.
full
I did
stream,
not know
full
that.
Tilly Birds.
That's
And we have B, you know, like, it's that situation again.
Yeah.
All right, we go with B.
So you adapt to the
Yeah, we
audience that
adapt,
you're
we
singing.
adapt. More music venues, less pubs, I would say. Focus on the show more. If you're pulling out a concert, make sure it's a concert, not like just a band playing for you to eat, you know?
Who's one person that you'd love to collab with that you haven't collabed with yet?
Oh, damn.
Billy Natanai Chuchat, YouTuber, musician, music producer, filmmaker, dancer, and entertainer with over 1.76 million subscribers on YouTube. Billy is an artist who started his career on YouTube more than 10 years ago making dance videos and evolved into one of the brightest and most entertaining music producers and musicians that Thailand has ever seen. Now touring all over Thailand with his band Tilly Birds, Billy sits with us today to talk about the journey he has taken to become the artist he is today, his future plans, and the current situation of the music industry in Thailand. Introducing Billy Chuchat. Over 70% of the people watching this video are not subscribed to the channel. If you could please take a moment to subscribe, it would really help us out. Billy, you're known as a music producer, musician, filmmaker, dancer, and entertainer. What do you see yourself as? If you had to pick one, what are you first before anything else?
Artist, I would say.
It's a
Artist.
very diplomatic answer, Billy.
Diplomatic, huh?
Okay, artist. But
yeah.
would you say you're more towards creating music or playing music? Because you know there are artists in the sense that. So I say from your answer, I feel like it's you love the creation process.
Yeah, so I think artist, what I meant is like I create art.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything I did, I kind of like looked at it as art in some way, if I can. I'm trying to do that. And yeah, so I think in that sense, I say I'm an artist. And yeah, I love creating
Okay.
slightly more than performing, I think. Performing is fun, but it's nothing compared to creating. Creating is like the essence of being this artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like music as well, YouTube videos as well, creating dance choreography as well. So I think all of that, like that creating process, that like that thought to put into the work is like it's what makes me happy.
All right. You know, talking about creation, you've come so far in your career now that for some people, they know you as perhaps just a musician, but you originally started like all creators or some of the best creators I feel on YouTube. And this was 10 years ago, probably around 10 years ago.
Almost, actually, almost.
Okay. And so who were your inspirations when you were starting on YouTube? Because you used to do music creation and covers. So who were your inspirations for creation?
For music, right? Because actually, like before I do music on YouTube, it used to be a dance channel.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I
it
never
was,
knew that.
yeah.
Okay.
And that time, so I just like I got really into dancing, and like I have like my favorite dancers like Robert Moraine and Philip Shabib, and like my favorite dance crew. So I also like me and my friends like also like ran a dance crew together as well to like to compete.
Okay.
And some stuff, yeah, and then like I ended up make some like videos on my own, you know, just like me freestyling, and it took off eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how it started. So I like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this. So I
Okay.
just like I kept doing
Nice.
it until one point that I like, all right, I think, yeah, this is like as far as this goes as like creating a dance videos on YouTube. So I incorporate editing and like color grading and like some like CGI as well.
Okay.
During that time, but like as far as I know, like as best as I could, during that time. I was 18 at that point, and then like, okay, I need to do something more original. So like to open up my creative space more. So I turned to music
Okay.
because like I was thinking to myself like, what could be more original like than to like make my own choreography. All right, my own music then. So that's why I started music to make a music for me to dance to actually. Yeah, that's like my drive.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Exclusive information.
yeah.
I honestly didn't know that. Yeah, it was a dance channel because I've always known you as a musician. So why did you decide to do YouTube? Because 10 years ago, YouTube was still, it's not the platform that it was, especially in Thailand. So any reason, or it was just a place for you to kind of put your work?
I think it's both. Like because I also watch other YouTubers. I like, okay, all right, there are these kinds of contents as well, and also like all right, I have an account. Let's just dump some videos on there. So that's also the other thing, and yeah, and again it blew up. Yeah, so my first video that actually blew up was like a dance tutorial video. It's 10 million views already. Yeah, like 10 years later, 10 years plus later. Yeah, with my crazy hair. If you look for it, you see like my hair was so crazy. Like
We
oh my
will
God.
find it, Billy. We will find it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start off talking a little bit more about your music, the
All right.
musical side of
Yeah.
Billy. So, cover songs are nothing new, and when everyone was making straightforward cover songs, for me at that time, at 10 years ago, it was Boyce Avenue, right? They used to make the cover songs,
Kurt Hugo Schneider.
Yeah.
Right.
but there was something different about you. You did cover songs, but there's a Billy twist to it, as in you're putting your own beats, you're using a mixed keyboard rather than just a piano, and where everyone's trying to do like a smooth cover song, you're the one with neon lights or your crazy hair, and you've got your keyboard in your hand, you're sitting on a sofa, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, it was completely different to everyone else. So like, how did you come up with this Billy flair, and like where do you think your creativity came from? Like, did you already have it, or are you from a musical family, or how did you come up with that stuff?
Not at all. Not at all. But my sister was actually a big influence on me.
Okay.
Like so I would say I listen to many kinds of music, but whatever is my sister listens to, that's like 3 times more than me. So she's like my library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So whenever I like need some library checking or like need some new music to listen to, I go to her. And yeah, she inspires me a lot. And that's until today. And yeah, but other than that, my mom and my dad aren't musical at all, like at all. And then yeah, I don't know what inspires my hair, but looking back, I regret some of the videos, but some are like, oh, that's hair's good.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and I think it's just something I experimented with, and it just came along the way in like the creation process. And also, like I would say, like some of the singers I worked with also like bounce the idea back for me as well. Because usually when I do these covers, it does depend on many singers, on the singers that I worked with as well. It's like, so I don't do like I make background music and then the singer came in and sing on top of it. I don't do that stuff. So I will start my like music creation process when the singer arrives. So I test the key with him or her, try some couple different things, and they're like, all right, let's do in this style, like this with this twist, and then I just like start doing it.
Okay.
Like quickly, like 1 hour or two, like boom, boom, boom. All right, that's like a rough demo. All right, try singing something to it. Then like we created this thing together, like we're making a song together.
It's like a jam session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a jam session, like a song producing session together. So I think most of the singers that works with me will be like, it's more than just like doing cover. It's like we create this music together.
Yeah.
But we just skip the writing part.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just go straight into like production.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think that's what happened. So in that sense, I try to like bring some originality if I can, whenever I can, and with my own sound or something like that. Yeah, so that's always something I try to do.
Okay.
And you know what? I think is I could be wrong on this, but I think is part of that is like I don't know because I look at myself as musically I kind of look at myself as like a jack of all trades as well.
Okay.
Like I can play many things, but I'm not really like a virtuoso at one thing.
Okay.
But that like kind of make me who I am today. Like that kind of makes in that sense kind of make me like play the way I play, you know. Yeah, because I don't really do like difficult like big sweep stuff. That stuff. I just like do easy stuff, but easy to remember as well, and like easy to pick up on, and like easy to like distinguish from other people.
Yeah, and I think that's the part of your music that I could relate to. Like, you're right in the sense that at no point did I watch the videos and think to myself, "Oh, like what a great guitar solo!" But it's just like, "Oh, this beat is catchy." I remember this song. You know, a couple of hours later, you're doing something and you're just like, and I'm like, oh, God damn it, Billy's in my head again, right? That's the kind of song.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you think to yourself, you know, you started doing these covers and you started working with these talented people around Thailand, young creators just like you. At what point did you feel like, oh wow, like this is taking off, like people are really watching my work? Yeah, I mean, so far you have more than 2 million followers, but back then, right? What made you feel like, oh, like I could have a future on YouTube with this?
Well, you know what? I think it does click me a bit when like a video like blew up. But you know, to be honest, I think what just like keep me going is just like it's fun.
Yeah,
That's all, and that's still like that was the main drive when I was doing it like addictively that time. Like I used to do it like every weekend nonstop for 4 years until like I have to like all right, I have to do this thesis, so I have to take a break a bit.
Okay.
And until this point, like now, I took over 9 months break already
Oh, okay.
because of Tilly Birds.
Okay.
Yeah. Because right now, it won't be fun to do it right now for sure. So that's why I'm not doing it. But yeah, but I'm still thinking about like rebranding the channel as well.
Okay.
But that's for later. But yeah, but that's my main drive. It has to be fun for me. It has to be fun for the team. It has to be fun for the singer. Otherwise, like, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
Because like that's the drive that create that music as well. So if it's not fun anymore to do it, then let's not do it. Yeah, and that's the drive.
So how did you know? You said you're a jack of all trades. You do play different instruments. What was your go-to instrument? Like, how did you get started? Did you even go to music school, or what did you study?
I actually go to like KPN. Yeah, just
Which
like
is?
KPN, like a music school, like
Okay.
at the mall, you know, like just like
Oh, okay, like Yamaha.
yeah,
Okay,
Yamaha,
yeah.
KPN, you know.
I went to Yamaha.
Yeah, yeah, I went to KPN, and just my first was piano.
Okay.
Yeah, because I kind of like look like beyond piano. Like, all right, piano is like it's laid out in keys, and I've heard somewhere like if you put piano into a computer, you can make any sound of it. So like, yeah, all right. My first instrument shall be piano.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And yeah, I never regret it. It's like, so piano is my go-to instrument.
Okay.
But also guitar, because I really like guitar so much.
Okay.
And guitar is like my main go-to when it comes to Tilly Birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your okay, you told me your dance video was the first video that kind of went viral and got you millions of views. What was your first music video that went viral?
The first cover that went viral was, it's, if I were to say, it's Apologize.
Apologize with Violet.
Apologize
Yeah?
with Violet.
Violet,
Voice
yeah.
here, yeah.
So the first video I ever watched of yours was a video that you collaborated with Violet, Habits, called Habits. And I think at that time, so I'm coming from a background, like I've only been to international schools. I didn't know much about Thai music. But luckily for me, I think the best decision I ever made, I went to university in Bangkok, and it was like I was introduced to like this whole new world. And I started learning about Thai music, Thai culture, like real Thai culture, embraced with all my Thai brothers and sisters. So the first video I watched with you was Habits. Yeah, she was also, pretty much at your age, young artist. I think she was fresh off like The Voice.
Yep.
And pretty much, the golden girl of Thailand, which she still is, doing amazingly, just like you. So how did you start to do these collabs? Like, were you just friends with her, or do you approach these talents? Because at that time, she's also a very young singer. She probably didn't have the same control of her instrument, her voice, as she does now. But you have a habit yourself. See what I did there?
Oh yeah, I see what you did there.
But you have a habit of getting these young talents, these fairly unknown talents, and collabing with them and making this great music. So how do you reach out to these talents? How do you find them?
Yeah. So Violet is like we study in the same faculty. Yeah.
Okay.
In Chulalongkorn.
Chulalongkorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Chula, right. And most of them actually like so Third I knew Third for a long time, right? And Third is like my first singer on the channel.
Okay.
And then it was like it's just like some people who can sing at the faculty.
Okay.
And oh god, there are so many people who can sing and have great voice.
Yeah.
And Violet is one of them.
Okay.
And that's how it started. And then when those videos are like taking off, more people wanted to come and sing.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. Like people were like, all right, I want to sing on this channel. I want to sing on this channel.
Okay.
Yeah. And that fun vibe I talked about, that's the drive. That's like what brings people together.
Yeah. Now that video I mentioned, Habits, so far to date, it's got 225 million views.
Wow.
And you released that video almost 7 years ago, 8 years.
Yep.
And I think it's gone beyond Thailand, because at that point when I discovered that video, you're a Thai artist, Thai YouTube maker. And I went onto your video and I'm like, how have I never heard of this guy before? I was like, he looks familiar, because you had been on YouTube for a couple of years. But did you ever expect to have such a global reach? Because it's gone beyond the population of Thailand, right?
Yep.
It's gone global. And you have fans that are Thai, that are of all different nationalities. Did you ever expect it to go global?
I kind of wish I went global, actually. So I mean, but not in that sense, if you know what I mean. Like, but the truth is, I think most people are still Thai listening to that song.
Okay.
But yeah, also there are many other people who aren't Thai listening to it, and I'm just so like I appreciate it a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, it's just the reason it was the reason I kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that those knowing that there are those people who like want to hear more music from me.
But that's one of the great things about your music, because yes, the song was in English, but I don't think it was because it was in English that it went that viral. Because I've most of your songs, I think the covers at least, they're in English, and I've heard some songs of Tilly Birds as well. But as a foreigner living in Thailand at that time, I found you as cool as all the musicians that I find cool in general.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does it feel strange to you that like you have, like at least let's say just on the scope of Thailand, that you have so many expats or foreigners as fans?
Well, it's actually like again, it's very great to hear that and to see that. Like we went to Phuket like last month, and there were like foreigners dancing to Tilly Birds. I was like,
Nice.
This is fun. This is amazing. He was taking off his shirt, swinging around like, yeah.
The classic foreigner experience,
oh,
baby.
yeah, the farang in Thailand. Yeah, that was so fun. And yeah, man, that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Yeah. Yeah. I think, you know what, because I think it's because it's based on me a lot
Yeah.
as well, because I don't really listen to Thai music. I
Okay.
think that's maybe the reason.
All right.
Yeah. So, for all this time and even until today, like Tilly Bird's music and like especially Tilly Bird's music is like for people like me who don't listen to Thai music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what music did you listen to? Who were your
Oh, it's
go-to
a lot.
band? Yeah.
A lot.
your top three? Top three.
Oh my God,
classics.
it's hard to do this. Always hard because
Yeah.
there's so many.
Okay, let's talk genre. Like, are you what
Okay,
kind of
that's easier.
Yeah,
That's easier.
yeah.
Just like Tilly Birds as well. I definitely go to like alternative side as
Okay.
well. Well, my go-to is like post-punk actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
actually, my like post-punk revival. That's like my go-to, and that's like what got me into like guitar, and like that's my inspiration to play guitar as well. And yeah, but I also like electronic music a lot, like Flume, those
Okay.
guys a lot, and also hip hop actually.
All right.
Here, hip hop was like my go-to jam when I was like really young. 50 Cent.
Oof.
Yeah.
Gotta.
I love. Yeah, gotta.
Young Billy rocking it out to 50
yeah,
Cent.
gotta.
In the club, baby.
2-pack, gotta. Yeah.
All right. Last question. Last two questions before we move more into the music industry part of you and Tilly Birds. If you had to pick one of your collabs, which one was your favorite collab? It could be for anything. I'm not saying that they were the best singer or anything, but perhaps it could be a memorable experience. Perhaps this is what you associate with, taking off your career, or perhaps it was just the most craziest experience you've ever had.
There are so many actually. There are so many.
Yeah.
There are so many. And usually it happens with the same person. All right. If I have to pick one, it will be third.
Third. Okay.
Yeah. Still. See.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Don't forget your first, man. Don't forget your
never.
first.
You never forget your first.
And who's one person that you'd love to collab with that you haven't collabed with yet?
Oh damn! All right. So this answer is usually Palmy,
Oh, okay.
but right now,
Love Balmy.
But I just produced a song with her.
Really?
Released yesterday.
No way.
Yeah. So it's not true anymore.
Okay.
I did collab with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love me some Balmy. She's great.
Yeah, she's great. And
Yeah.
and to work with her is such an amazing experience. Like just to hear she sing what you like created, that's like oh my god, it's so fin.
That's
Yeah,
cool, man.
it's so great.
Congrats on your song then.
Thank you. Yeah, listen to it. It's called Ribbon Love โบรักสีดำ Ribbon Love Color Black. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
name of the song.
All right.
Ribbon Love Color Black โบรักสีดำ Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the music industry in Thailand. Now, you have your band, Titty Birds, right?
Yep.
You started making music 10 years ago, you told me earlier. And so how does it work? Because I don't know much about the music industry in Thailand in general, but like, how did you get your break as Tilly Birds?
All right. So I think there are many like era. No, not era. Era is too long. Like period of Tilly Birds
Okay.
to name about. So there are like times that me and Third just like messing around started this thing together, but still we have to master this craft together. So I think that's one of the reason I started cover as well.
Okay.
Just to practice on my own, because without these covers, I don't think I would be able to do Titty Birds like I can do today.
Okay.
Yeah, and that even results back to later days as well.
Because
which
it
I'll talk-
honed your creative process.
Yeah, it does
from
that.
these
Yeah, and it's
covers,
like
right?
polish my skills as well to like making these music, and to later days like there was a point that I tried to separate the two, like my music, that type of music on my channel and the type of music that Tilly Birds produces. So I tried to like separate the two, but then at one point I was like, nah, just put together. And then it creates something new for Tilly Birds as well, and
Okay.
it's a push forward in Tilly Birds music as well.
Okay.
In our first album 2 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, like I mean, many periods, but we took off when COVID hit.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's when we took off. That's that's when our single คิดแต่ไม่ถึง same page
Okay.
came out like during that time especially like just that time so we released คิดแต่ไม่ถึง on the day we like that was it was the last gig before COVID hit yeah so we played that and then no more gigs for like 6 months
Okay. Yeah, the country was basically shut down.
shut down immediately
But that song just kind of took off. It gave people time to listen to it again and again while they were indoors.
it's I was so we planned this song to be a hit as well
Yeah.
we all did so our previous songs we have this discussion like our previous songs it's like we're making burgers but Thai people want pad kapao
Okay.
so we try to make Tilly Bird's pad kapao
Okay.
yeah so we came up with คิดแต่ไม่ถึง and then that song blew up and I also think one of the reasons that song blew up because of COVID itself as well like because of COVID we cannot meet our friends we have to stay isolated in our home so คิดแต่ไม่ถึง is more relatable than any other time
Okay.
that's like I think that's the crucial moment as well so I think that's why it took off
Okay.
yeah
I mean, for a moment were you like I just put this song out and now I can't perform it and I can't
oh yeah. that's painful actually
right
Like-
all that hard work and it's like okay stay at home only can't go anywhere
yeah
but it was a blessing I guess in a way that you never know how things might work out and the song just kind of took off
yeah like because I think we the three of us were comparing to our like like รุ่นพี่like all right you release a song it took off all right you gotta tour you gotta promote it
Yeah.
but now we cannot do anything and because it's so new like COVID is very new so that time so it's just like all right we gotta like find a path for our own now so we cannot promote like how they used to so we gotta promote it how we want to how we what we had to do that at that time so we do some stuff we create some videos and that's what we did and we kind of feel bad we cannot actually play it live but we created like a live session like this as well yeah
So has the pandemic basically changed the way you will promote your music in the future? Because maybe this was also in a way where you learned new techniques or new ways to promote your music.
Yep.
Maybe it's like we don't have to kill ourselves touring 24/7.
I learned OBS
Yeah.
and
Nice.
stuff yeah
Live jam sessions.
I learned how to do that
Join us from home.
I guess everyone learned that
Yeah.
like everyone Post Malone as well so and then it's just like open the possibility like okay it can be this all right that will come back sooner or later that like touring life will come back but just we have to survive this time first but I think the real blessing of COVID I mean there are no blessing COVID but it did give us time to write more songs
Okay.
and especially the second album
Oh, nice.
so
You're going to come out with a couple of bangers this
Yeah.
year or next year?
The COVID that hits like earlier last year
Okay.
2021
Okay.
that other bump of COVID that time
Released.
we like wrote this album the second album
Okay.
which we released last year
Okay.
I guess that's like it's new like even like older bands who we talked about who we like look for advices they even like tell us like all right guys this is new so we don't have COVID during our days this is different so just like do what you gotta do what you feel like you gotta do so that's what we did and that's what we've been doing yes I think COVID is like it's we just have to like be flexible about it about how to promote our stuff how to release our stuff
Okay, cool. So talking about the music industry in Thailand, can I just ask like how do you even end up getting a record label? Like is it difficult to get a record deal in Thailand? Can anyone just get a record deal? Is it about money? Is it about just meeting the right person at the right time. So for example, Tilly Bird's record label is Grammy. So like, how do record deals work in Thailand?
There are still some old school record label. Of course, it's Grammy. Right, that's old
Yeah.
school, very old school. And there are more upcoming labels every day. And now, even so, by an artist as well, who like they are an artist and they make their own labels.
Yeah.
There are so many right now, and many more upcoming, I think, as well. So I think the situation of the record label in Thailand and even like worldwide is like is that I think right now they would like an artist who can work by themselves.
Okay.
You know, they wouldn't want an artist who cannot make the music on their own and have to depend on like many people to do for them. So I think many labels are looking for those artists and
A proper artist. You're
Yeah.
talking like some people can just sing. Like their instrument is their voice and that's it. But they don't actually have any musical sense in terms of creation and playing instruments.
exactly. Well, like they don't actually know what they want, and that's very important. Yeah, like especially like with the label I'm with Gene Lab. So most of the artists in Gene Lab like can create and finish their work by themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, that includes us, and I think that's gonna be the trend forward. Like every artist around the world should be that level, I think, already to create stuff, even the music video as well. So the music label are like jobs description would be less of a label and more of a like a distributor.
Okay.
Yeah, more of a partner than more like a owner.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be less of an ownership and more of a partnership.
But
eventually.
how much freedom do you have in your creativity? Like, does it matter that if I'm a young band, you know, and this record label company has put the time, effort, and money behind my success, like, because you said you can even do your own music videos, but can you be as creative as you want, or do you have to wait until a certain level of fame and maybe the second or the third album I can do what I want? Because that's mostly what I've heard from my country. Like in India, that's what normally happens. You can't just do whatever you want.
Yeah, so with old school labels and like big labels, it's still that thing.
Okay.
But if it's a very small label who are like as chill as you are, that could be a different story as well. And so many artists right now, they don't actually have a label, or they just like create their own label for their own stuff.
Okay.
So that's a different story as well. So they can do anything they want. But still,
they don't have the backing, like the financial backing and the resources of a proper like OG record label.
But some do. Some can do crowdfunding, and some can do many other things. So it's very open up right now. Like even like during COVID, Spotify had this like feature you can like put your PayPal account and like audience can support the artist directly.
If they like your song, you put it on YouTube, start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, hope for the best.
Okay.
So there are many ways to approach music now. Yeah, and even more so in the future as well. So I think, I think the standpoint of label and the artists are slowly changing a lot, and the audience are getting closer to the artists as well.
Yeah.
In some way.
And that's what's going to be my next question. A lot of big artists in Thailand, they start their own label, or they're not under any label and they just kind of produce music. Like, why is that? Is that because they feel that there's no need for them? Like, they just trust in themselves? Because it is risky, right? Because you have to bank on yourself. And if this deal falls through, you've put your money, your time, your effort, your everything in this. But more and more artists are willing to take that risk. Is it because, you know, in this current world of social media and music, it's so easily shareable that they can control their own social media, they can promote it themselves? Do you see that trend of newer artists just banking on themselves?
Yeah, it's definitely a trend right now. So many more independent artists are coming up to the scene right now, not just Thailand, like everywhere. And that comes with also like a new genre as well. So like a genre like hyper pop, that's very new and it's very indie. It's mostly in the UK. That's what I see. And in the UK, those artists have like they usually go independent, and but some do like come together and like come. So they like come into this joint community, but they just put this like, oh, that's a label, but it's more like a joint community. So they like help each other with this like help each other making collabs and create this circle of like genre.
Yeah.
So it's becoming more of this trend right now for like the indie scene, and yeah, it's growing bigger and bigger every day, and like some of the artists can even go mainstream as well. So these like other scenes like I've seen like coming up a lot, and yeah, and more so in hip hop as well. So hip hop is like from 3-4 years ago, it's like really big, and yeah, the main scene would be like also like yeah, so we still have to like accept that like, so the main star of the scenes are still with the big labels, but more upcoming are like be with like smaller labels as well, and many more are like just like independent.
Okay.
Yeah, so
let's say like, I'm Jay, an up and coming singer, and I've got my band, the Black Swans, and I want to
ones. Cool.
or the Pink Flamingos. How do I want to get a record label? Like any aspiring musician would want to get a record label. How do I get a record label? Do I enter music competitions, or how do I get that record label's attention?
You know what? If I were a record label, I would want to look for an artist who would know what they want from the label as well. You know, like they wouldn't want to like, I wanna make it. So if I'm gonna make it, I need a label. I think that's idea is like so outdated right now. So if an artist today would want a label, like for example, like when we were looking for a label, we were like, all right, we can create everything on our own. We just need funding and some management team. That's it. If you can provide, then bye-bye. That's what we did. That's what we said.
Okay.
Funding. That's it. We need money. That's it.
Okay.
I think the record label today would like to be that straight and would like to like know what you want, what your goal is. That's it.
That's a shock to me, because I thought they'd probably want, okay, there's a lot of talent, but I want to control everything. So we're moving away from that now.
Yeah,
it's like we don't want puppets. Do you know what you want? Cool, let's work together and make this happen.
Yeah, let's you create the music, I do funding and I promote it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's more like that now.
Okay.
So more like a partner already.
What role do TV shows like, back in the day, Academy Fantasia, The Star, or even now like The Voice play in finding like future Thai music talent? If you're on those shows, are you like halfway already there pretty much?
I would say it is like an opportunity for a mainstream scene. I would say that's because the reason I say that is that because if you go through that process of like being in like those singing competition TV shows, reality, you get famous in some way. You get some followers, you get some audience to watch you and know you from that. But on the same hand, it's not really like embracing or like nourishing other like genres of music as well. So yeah, it will eventually scope down to like, what people are currently listening to, if you know what I mean, right? Yeah. But it won't like create new stuff, if you know what I mean. So Third is a great example of this. Third went to all of them.
Oh, really?
For 7 years, and none of them except Third.
Really?
Yeah. Because his
That's
voice
shocking,
is different.
man. Okay.
Yeah, he needs to sing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I thought because of his uniqueness that they'd be like, there's no one like him.
nah, because I think those shows need something that people are a bit familiar with.
Okay.
But has some sparkle that's very good to listen to over and over again. But if it's so new, because if someone voices, this happens when I do covers as well. So because of Third, his voice is very unique. It's hard to sing someone else's song. because it's like so unique. He needs to sing something on his own creation. Like, have you heard Adam Levine singing other people's songs?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. He needs to sing Maroon 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something like
It's
that.
so unique to his own thing that yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you have a certain expectation when you're hearing songs, and then when you hear something too different, then you're like, oh, this sounds bad. This is wrong.
Yeah.
It just feels wrong.
That happens.
All right. So tell me about Tilly Birds. You know, this amazing musical journey you've had. You know that, and we started off talking about your YouTube career. Now people just probably know you as, you know, from Tilly Birds, basically. Like, Billy from Tilly Birds.
Yeah, like you mentioned with Carmel, right?
Yeah. So is that? I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean,
Oh, I'm actually very happy because it's actually like my main goal actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so the YouTube stuff is like what I try to make it so I can go back to Tilly Birds. But now it's because Tilly Bird is having the path of its own now. I'm just like, can I be happier? Like this is my dream.
I was talking to some of our Thaiger crew, right? So we were all excited that you're coming this week. So I was like, oh yeah. So they're like, oh, what have you got going on this week, Jay? Like, who's coming into the studio and stuff? And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna invite Billy. He's a very very big YouTuber in Thailand. Have you ever heard of him? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. But he's in Tilly Birds. Oh, the Tilly Birds? Wait. Oh, you mean Billy from Tilly Birds? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. Oh, cool. Can you tell me when he's coming? Is he coming? Is it okay to take pictures? And I was like, you have no idea about this huge part of his life that I know him from. You know, I associate you with you more so in that part than I do with Tilly Birds. But, you know, the younger generation, especially like 20 to 25 to 30 and above, of course, as well. But they're just like, oh, Tilly Birds, right?
Yeah.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah. Even now, like when I you know, this cover just hit this, and some of the fans who just follow Tilly Birds were like,
Yeah.
wait, you are the same person? Like, oh no, I have a twin brother.
Yeah. You look different in the music videos.
Yeah, that's my twin brother.
Yeah.
That's BILLbilly.
That's Jimmy.
I'm just Billy.
Yeah.
You know.
That's Jimmy. So, you know, when you're like touring around with Tilly Birds, like, do you have to constantly tour, and you know, traveling from here to there? Does that make does it ever get boring, or you know, does it take a toll on you, on your creative process? Especially, you're such a creative guy, but you have to kind of meet the demands of your fans as well.
Yeah, it does. To be honest, it does. Yeah, I every once in a while I need a good songwriting session.
Okay.
That's to like bring me back up. So, and the boys are very down with that. So we do that once a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that's quite often. Okay.
Yeah, once a week to like create new stuff, and that's really helps me a lot.
Okay.
And then we go back on tour for the rest of the week, and yeah, so we currently like touring around 18 to 21 shows each month.
Okay.
Until June.
Wow.
Yeah. So
until next year, June.
next year,
20
June.
shows a week.
Yeah.
That's
and
nuts, bro.
God knows, I think it's August now. Yeah, so we're fully booked
Okay.
until August.
So your life's heavily scheduled.
Heavily right now because of touring, and we all agreed on that because like the band is really taking off right now, so it's I think it's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like support the album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the songs, so we must like really tour. But to be fair, it's kind of took a toll on me because like if the venue that we're playing aren't that great, you know, like the people aren't that like really hyped up to hear our music. They're just there to like, you know, like
Just get wasted.
sit around, you know, act cool, like bring some girls in,
Yeah.
and just sitting, doesn't give a
That's
damn, you know. So that's
you can swear, it's fine.
Yeah, that's
I never thought that musicians would think about that.
oh man,
yeah.
that's number one. Like that's number one, man.
You come in, he's like, is everyone ready to go? And they're just like,
They're like, yeah, they're like, eating the fish over here, you know, having like other like lab over here, you know, like the beer tower over there. Don't give a fuck about what's on the stage. And we were like playing. I was like sweating myself out, like nothing happened. So you know, that's kind of took a toll on me. Like, so we all wanted an experience like a concert like experience, but that just won't happen because in Thailand when you tour, it's not concert venues, it's pubs. And those pubs is so random. There's so many like things can happen. And at one time, I've seen a drunk kid trying to fight with a fan.
No.
A fan, like a fan.
Oh, like
they were punching. They were like he was like walking by a fan like whoa, and he realized it's a fan.
Oh, okay.
Like so he's like he doesn't do anything. Yeah. That happened, and so many things happened during the tour.
All
man.
the time where you're trying to play your music, like what is that guy
I was watching.
doing?
What he's doing? He was fighting with a fan. What?
Stop it. Oh man, you must have so many good stories. Because that's right. Like you're right. Like you know, in America they'll do like this. They'll go state by state, but yeah, they're doing concerts. But in Thailand, your venue can be sometimes great and then sometimes just like, what are we doing here, man?
What are we doing here? Exactly.
So how do you get through that? You know, you like. It's one of the last places you've got to go in the week. You're in some shady pub in Ubon Ratchathani. How do you know?
Actually, Ubon is very great.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isan is very great.
Love,
actually,
love Isan.
you love Isan.
But
To
like,
be fair, man. To be fair, the
yeah.
hardest province is the southern.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Nakhon Si
hardest.
Thammarat. Let's go.
Oh man, even Phuket is hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why too.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd be chill and have some nice
but
island
even
vibes.
southern people said that themselves. Like, all right, so I think the southern are like not really like outgoing like Isan.
okay.
They compare themselves to Isan.
Yeah.
But Isan is really fun to be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
They just live the
Yeah, Mahasarakham is very indie actually. Like the indie scene there is amazing, and yeah, we play there. So we have like when we tour, we have like set list A and set list B. So A is like if the venue is great, people are like they want us, so we play A. So no covers,
nice.
full
I did
stream,
not know
full
that.
Chili Birds, and
That's
we have B. You know, like it's that situation again.
Yeah.
All right, we go with B.
Yeah, okay.
All right, it's have to be like super friendly. They don't know us. They only know the big four song of us. So
Yeah.
we need something for them.
Okay.
We need some covers as well.
So you adapt to the
Yeah, we
audience that
adapt,
you're
we adapt.
singing.
Even
Oh,
so,
that's
like
sweet.
live, like all right, guys, skip this song.
Yeah.
Even that too.
Have you ever had a situation where like you're hyped, you go in and like you're singing your best songs and you just bomb as an artist? I guess everyone has that, right?
Everyone has.
Where you're just like, today did not end up like I thought it would. I just
Yeah.
want to go home.
Yeah, like it's a standing place. It should be great tonight. It's a great crowd. We went up there. They were all quiet. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, Thonglor is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, Thonglor is hard.
Oh, really?
Thonglor is very hard.
Okay.
Thonglor is
But Tongla's like the party area. So,
right, but
yeah.
it's very hard. So it's people are like in Thai we call it dung, like they try to act cool.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
to look cool
Yeah,
for the
Thonglor is a bit
girls.
pretentious,
They
isn't
won't
it?
like, yeah, they are super pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Thonglor vibe.
I'm too cool to let loose. I'm civilized.
Yeah, and Thonglor is becoming a word that we can like use. Like we're in Chiang Mai. Tonight it's gonna be Thonglor, okay? It's gonna be Thonglor.
okay.
I've seen it. It's Thonglor everywhere. So it's like tonight's not Thonglor. Tonight is something else. Tonight is like it's like more like JJ Green.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the word we like talk to the audience tonight. It's like oh it's more indie. Oh tonight is super Thonglor, guys. It's super Thonglor.
Okay.
Be ready.
Brace
Be ready
yourselves.
for Thonglor.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So like on this musical journey of touring and having these crazy experiences, like for you personally, apart from being a musician and stuff, like surely you have your own relationships with friends, with parents and partners. Is it sometimes difficult to like maintain these relationships? What do you do?
No, yeah, it's
It's just constant sacrifice as well. right?
yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard to keep up with relationships as well, especially like partners. Yeah, so it's a struggle actually. But I would say it's not impossible, but it's gonna be harder than most of people. But it's gonna be a lot easier if that person is like also have like a pretty similar schedule as me. You know, like if they're not working full time,
They can just come
That's
with
a lot
you.
better already. Yeah, they can just come over. Yeah, come to the show, spend more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something you can work on, but it's really like a struggle at first. At first, oh yeah, it's what a really struggle for myself and for like maintaining relationships and to maintaining a lot of things. Yeah, covers as well. Like to just I was trying to do covers, but it's really hard to do that and to maintain that relationship with my team and stuff is really hard and
Yeah.
so yeah ultimately like we took a break so that's what happened. Yeah, so yeah, the tour is
But
it's a big deal.
that's a very strong move to do as well. Like where you guys, there's something, there's something wrong or there's something's not working. Let's take a break. Because you don't know how people react sometimes. You don't know what's going to happen after the 9 months. But have you guys just always, like, are you childhood friends? Like, have you guys just, you had that strong relationship that you were like, there will be a time where we'll come back and it'll be all right.
Yeah, we for me and the team we're all friends, so I think they understand. Yeah, and I think they just if they just look at my schedule, they would understand. Yeah, like look at the tour dates, they were like, all right, I understand. And yeah, and I just told them like, all right, I'm thinking about rebranding the channel as well, so keep that in mind. And I just told them like, I'm gonna tell you as well. So I think I'm gonna stop doing covers and start doing remixes as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be different for the channel.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be more. That's gonna be more, even more original in the song itself, and we're starting to figure out how to like release it. How to like represent it, but that's the idea. Like it's gonna be more of a remix.
Is it going to be more Billy and less maybe other people involved? Is it easier to...
Kinda. It's gonna be more like focused on my music and just if it's a traditional remix, it would just all be me because it's gonna be like, all right, for Eve, I ask for Eve for the song and I just do remix and release on my channel or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward, like looking at that direction for the channel because
Cool.
it's gonna be like, because I also think like people don't actually listen to covers anymore, right? I'm not sure,
I didn't
but
think about that, but I think you might be right.
yeah,
I would prefer to listen to a remix than a cover
right?
Yes.
So maybe.
because you're adding something to it.
Yeah.
There's something more, and that's why I liked your covers because even though it's a cover, you're putting a certain twist to it. No, any Boyce Avenue fans, I apologize. What I didn't like about Boyce Avenue is just they just tried to imitate the same song but just with a different voice.
Yeah,
And I was
just go
what-
acoustic.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you adding to this? Like, but they were great. Nothing against their.
Oh, I
their
love them
work.
too. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
But yeah, I think that's a good move, man.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about this move, but don't know when to execute it yet. But yeah, we're still thinking about it.
You've got to change and adapt, or you just end up being left behind.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. I think the covers days are far behind now.
Okay. But
To the remix day.
Nice. All right. Last question on your Tilly Bird journey. You don't have to go into too much detail, but I just wanted to ask, spending so much time, going on so many tours, having so many experiences, surely you guys also, even though you guys are friend, like must be, sometimes you have those difficult moments where you're like, oh, I can't take it anymore. You either get into an argument or you're just like, oh, I can't be bothered to do this concert today. How do you guys solve your inner conflict? So let's say maybe it's not you, but the other two members, they're having a little bit of a conflict. What's you guys' like go-to solution? Fight it out, talk it out.
we
Have some ice cream.
we talk and discuss it out. Like so the three of us, me, Third, and Milo, we are all very nerdy and very like logical.
Okay.
So we whatever like problems we have, we just like talked it out and like figured like it out, like weigh pros and cons,
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
discuss, debate it out. Yeah, so that's what we do, and we get it over, and we move on.
Okay.
So I think that's what we do, and but we don't really have like a big problem to like in that like that case, like when you're asking like going on a show.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot do this anymore. But you know what? I think if one person would say that, it could be me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person. Like, oh man, this took a toll on me. I just said that the other day.
Okay.
Like, oh มันบั่นทอนมากเลย I think I just said it like that couple of days before.
Okay.
Because when you have like a really great show, and then the next one is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like venue wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. But then you just move on. But like, that's it. Move on. Maybe find some joy in something else. Like, yeah, just if you cannot play with the audience, just play with your friends. That's what I do. And I mean, it's still okay. It's still okay. Like, so the last time I said that, the crowd weren't bad, but I think it's close to the university, like in countryside, and yeah, they were younger audience, but for some reason they just sit and record video the whole show.
Yeah.
Not singing anything, not
classic.
looking, not standing up, not enjoying anything, just film.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like a mobile expo.
Yeah.
Throughout the show.
People don't understand how silly that might be. It's the equivalent of me being,
Yeah.
Hey Billy, what do you think? You
Yeah,
know,
and I was like, I approached them like, go to that, look to their face, play, and it's like hold their phones, like, can you do this? And we were like rocking out, can you do this? So I think they just want content on their own as well. I think that's what happened, and for some reason it's a bit annoying.
be honest, do you give her back her heart?
I give her this,
Yeah.
and then when she do this, I do this.
Okay, nice.
Like
Just
that,
to troll
like
them.
that. Yeah, just to troll, just to กวนตีน yeah.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Yeah, so usually Third and Milo are the cute ones.
Okay.
I'm the กวนตีน one. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm the
nice.
troll.
Nice.
Yeah, so Third do this on stage. I'm like,
Nice.
yeah.
So, all right. What's the one thing perhaps you'd like the music industry to develop in when it comes to Thailand? Is it the touring? Can the touring be better?
Yeah, definitely. That should be the first thing on my mind. More music venues, less pubs, I would say.
Yeah.
If possible, like, or pubs adapting to this culture, or just embrace this culture a bit more, like focus on the show more. If you pulling out a concert, make sure it's a concert, not like just a band playing for you to eat,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some cultures, like some pubs are meant for like DJ, and that's fine. But if you like hiring out bands like us, make sure it's a concert, like make sure it's a place we can perform, because some pubs do that and it's great. We had a great night. Audience have a great night. But if it's not, no one's having a great time. Not the audience, not even us,
Yeah.
And it's a torture.
Yeah. Everyone loses at the end.
Yeah.
Of the day. Okay.
Yeah, we just need good stage, good PA system, and I'm sure you guys can bring good audience. So that's it. Yeah, and have a great place for the audience. So my number one enemy during the tour is the table and the chair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tables and chairs. That's the number one enemy. So
Take them all away. Have
we just
everyone
like
just rocking.
Guys, no one's come to Teddy Bear's concert to sit and enjoy. So we say that all the time, and we have like, all right, stand up, move to the music. Like, that's ice-breaking exercise
Nice.
every time we do the show.
So then they have an expectation too. They're like, oh, okay, these guys are talking to us. Let's start. Let's do something.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, but sometimes no. Just sometimes it's like, I'm too old. I'm just gonna sit here and
Okay.
film you.
It's like, why are you here?
Like what happens?
Yeah, because I mean, I get it, right? Like, even in a pub, like you get drunk people. You can't tell a person not to drink in a pub. Whereas,
But if they're drunk and they're like enjoying, like, and they're like participating, it's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's drunk but they're like having their own conversation, they're watching football while we're performing. That's, oh my god, that's why are we even here?
the horror.
Yeah.
The horror. All right. what has been your favorite and most happiest moment in your musical journey?
Wow. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna talk about my cover days. Actually, my 100. Oh no. Why my 1 million subscriber party was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I invited all the singers to this giant karaoke room. And oh my god, it was the best karaoke ever because all of them can sing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they're doing harmonies.
Yeah.
They're singing, they're dancing, singing Beyonce, like so fun.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, and that was really a fun moment. Yeah. No, I kind of miss those days actually. Yeah,
Alright.
and to make it more recent, I would say for Tilly Birds, happiest days. I think so. I think Tilly Birds have a big history with Cat Expo. You know?
Cat Expo.
Cat Expo, you know that? Like a big festival for like indie band.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
see,
we started
I
out.
thought you meant the animal cat. I was
I
like,
don't know, like Cat Expo,
Okay.
Cat Radio.
Okay.
Yeah. We started out from the it's called Bad Bed Bed. It's like an indie small venue for indie band who wants to be in that festival.
Okay.
We started out there, and yeah. And 2 years ago, we played at the main stage, and I think that's one of the happiest days.
Okay.
Even though that show, there were big technical problem. Like so Tilly Birds, we play with like a backing track playback system too, right?
Yeah.
And that system crashed that day on main stage at Cat Expo with 20,000 people watching us.
Wow.
So, but they enjoyed us playing live anyway. So we just play anyway without the backing track. So like, yeah, we were like, all right,
Just go with the
we're a
flow.
band, we can do this.
Yeah.
Just play, and we play, and they enjoyed it, and yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time, despite all the
Everything that could go
headaches,
wrong went wrong.
everything
kind
that
of,
went
yeah.
wrong that day. Oh my god! I mean, I came down on this when we finished the gig and when I came down the stage, I felt like I just dodged a bullet. Like, oh my
Right.
god, it was so close.
But I think those are the defining moments where you're like, I didn't expect that to happen. This could be a complete failure, but
Yeah.
you make it work and you're like,
Yeah, I think it's like a recipe for the good time because it's a big stage, and it has some problem, and we overcame it. I usually like
that's a film, man. That's a film.
yeah. Usually those moments makes the show great
Okay.
if we can like nail it. So I think we kind of did it, and it was great. Yeah. So that's one of the moments.
Okay. Cool. Where do you now want your music career to go?
Right. So
But you're pretty much at the top of your game. You're pretty much at the top of Thailand. Do you have aspirations going global? Is that something you want, or
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah?
what something we're looking forward to. So actually, Tilly Bird started out with English songs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and then we turned to Thai with our first EP, and that's our first take on writing in Thai. And then it's just Grammy afterwards with 2 albums following that EP. And we're currently trying to go back to writing English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, man.
yeah, because I
And
think
I think you're on the right spot because now more than ever, the younger generation in Thailand is embracing English. Perhaps before it was like, I don't care. Now it's like, no, let's care. And it just opens up so many more avenues. And I think it's a great move ahead for you.
yeah.
You'll connect with so many more fans because I'm sure you have fans from Cambodia and Vietnam.
We do.
And
We have so many international fans already with,
Yeah.
with our Thai songs, and like we just see this big opportunity. So like, why not just do it? Yeah, and also like one of my friends inspired us as well. So Alin from the channel, right?
Okay.
He and his friend Karn make this band called Hypes,
Okay.
and they're currently like on the rise right now. They're based in Thailand, but they don't do Thai songs. They write songs in English, and they took off. So I was like, if Hypes can do it, we can do it too. like they inspire us to do it, and we wanted to do this as well. So like that's like our one of the drive, and we all talked about this. We have been talking about this a lot. Like maybe it's time to go back, guys. Maybe it's time to just like go back to what we started, writing song in English, and that's what we did. And right now we're currently making the album.
Nice.
Yeah, all English.
Looking forward to that, man. All right, Billy, my last question for you today is one piece of advice for any young person or adult in Thailand who wants to make it in the music industry. If you just had to give them one advice, it could be anything. Creative process, life advice, one piece of advice.
Okay, so
let's go for the younger generation because I think your music resonates with all different ages. But a young music creator in Thailand right now watching you or watching your work, just one piece of advice if they want to make it into music.
One piece of advice is that many of the musicians or aspiring artists who want to be making it to the scene, I've seen so many artists having this problem is that they don't really like to release their stuff or finish their stuff, and I'm gonna say that you gotta finish and you gotta like put it out there, like let it go, because you might chase for that perfection, but in the end, I don't think perfection exists. You know, you gotta like keep growing. You gotta keep doing better.
Yeah.
If you think that's your best, you're wrong. You can do better.
Yeah.
Eventually, you can do better. I used to think like that as well. Like, oh, this song is like a masterpiece. I cannot do better than this. But at one point, I can, and then you can as well. Because if you keep doing it, but don't be afraid to release your stuff. We Tilly Birds, if you go back to our English song, the very first one or the first two, we're looking back, we kind of like cringe a bit because it was so long ago, but we have no regrets. And sometimes we even play them and the crowd loved it. But don't be afraid to release those stuff, even though it's kind of sound amateurish or not perfect. Just release it and keep doing it until you found your signature sound, and just keep doing it until you like perfect your next craft and the next one. Just keep doing it, keep making them. Don't think about anything. Don't let like the marketing aspect interfere with your work too much. Just keep making those music that you like to hear and what you like to be. That's it.
Put yourself out there,
Yeah.
and you could be the next Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it all started.
That's
You're
how
an
it all
extreme
started.
example of what you can achieve if you just put yourself out there.
Yeah. Just keep making them.
Yeah.
For real.
All right. Thanks, Billy. Well, thanks for taking the time to come meet us in the Thaiger studio and
Sure.
share.
Maybe you can come to our gigs sometimes.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for sharing your story, giving the advice, sharing your experiences on everything that you've experienced so far. And we wish you all the best in your future musical journeys.
Oh, thank you.
Hope to hear from you soon in the near future.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. I have been wanting to do this kind of podcast for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
We
It's been
appreciate you
fun.
coming in. All right. Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Jay.